I'm Representative Gail Lavielle here at the Legislative Office Building at the Capitol in Hartford. I wanted to give you all an update on some of our recent efforts to make improvements to the Danbury branch rail line. As you know, I've often called the Danbury line the poor stepchild of Metro North because it has two major problems. One is frequency. There are not enough trains running, and most importantly in the afternoon and evening. And the service tends to be unreliable. All of you write to me and call me all the time. I've ridden the trains with you. I know that you mean business. I know that everything you say is absolutely true. It's because of that, for the last several years that I've been in the legislature, every year I have put in bills to try to get funding for electrification of the line, which is meant to address these problems. Others did so as well before I got here. But we know this year, with the precarious state of Connecticut's budget and finances, it's very unlikely we're going to get bonding for the $400 million needed to electrify the line. That's been the problem before, and it's the problem now. So I decided this year to take a different approach and to work together with 11 other legislators who live up and down the Danbury line or near it, Democrats and Republicans, and we have all signed on to a bill that simply asked for no new money, but rather the reallocation of previously authorized bonds to make incremental improvements on the line that could help service until we can do an overall electrification. Some of the improvements that you've asked for have been things like cleaning the trains better, having more doors open, having a couple of more trains in the afternoon or evening, improving the general communication to commuters, making sure conductors know what's going on. A more important proposal has come to us from the DOT, where the commissioner has mentioned that they are looking at an idea to run a shuttle very frequently from South Norwalk up to a point that would be about midway or a little before midway on the line, like Wilton or Cannondale or Branchville, because we can account for enough traffic going southbound later in the day to make that service yield a decent return on investment. We're looking at all these things. We had a public hearing last week on the bill, had excellent testimony not only from many commuters in the area, but also from the Wilton and Ridgefield Economic Development Commissions, from the Norwalk Director of Economic Development, from the First Selectman of Ridgefield and Reading, from the Executive Director of the Western Connecticut Council of Governments, and from the Merritt Parkway Conservancy. So we've done very well with getting good, solid testimony to justify the need and to talk about some of the possible solutions. We'll continue to work on this. I do not want to lead anyone up the garden path. It may not work, but I wanted to try something different this time, and I'm doing everything I can to see that we get some results in the near term. Thanks very much for listening.